What's going on, stackers? So in this video I'm going to share with you how to make $1,000 per month from micro niches. So welcome back to StackinProfit. My name's Paddy and over here we give you the tools and resources to learn, grow and master passive income streams so that you can live a life of freedom. Now, like I said in this video, I'm going to share with you how you could potentially be making at least $1,000 per month with low content micro niches. Now let's go over to here to my Get Book report. Here's my results from 2018, November 2018 till September 2021, and I've made close to $90,000. Now quite a lot of these sales come from the principles which I'm about to share with you in this video, and which has helped me get consistent sales ever since starting. Because if we look here, the $1,000 mark is just here on this line, and since starting I've always done at least over $1,000, as we can see just here. Now, how did I make the majority of these sales? I say the majority because obviously I still have books that pop off at certain times of year that do really well. But one of my strategies is this. Now, what is that? Well, it's attacking micro niches. Now, what is a micro niche? That essentially means it's a niche that only gets searched a certain amount of times each month. It might only be 100 or 200 or even 50 times per month. It's a micro niche just because not that many people are actually searching in that niche. And if not many people are searching in that niche, it's only going to get purchased a few times a month. But 2 purchases from a book which has a 5,000 BSR can actually add up to a lot of royalties if you're in multiple of these niches. Now, let me get more into this and trying to explain a little bit better. So right here, all I typed in was just funny notebook for women, just so I could pull up an example. I'm not saying go and publish in this niche. This is literally just an example. But if we look here, this BSR is 357,000. So with that current BSR, that means that it's getting purchased a few times per month. Now, the higher the BSR, the more sales you're going to make. So if this was 100,000, you'd be making more sales. If it was 50,000, you'd be making even more. Now, with me personally, I give enough leeway up to about 500,000, 500,000. Now, why is that? Well, if you have one book which has a ranking of under 500,000, you can still make a few sales each and every month. Then once you have multiple books with a BSR of under 500,000, you can actually make a lot of royalties. Now, let me go ahead and show you exactly what I mean by this. But first of all, I just want to note real quick about Paddy's Brain. This is something that I've recently started. This is my own personal newsletter where you can get an insight into my brain, business and life, and you can learn the mindset shifts that I had that took me from government handouts to making a full-time income from my laptop. If this is something that you're interested in, come through, sign up. It's completely free, and you can also get there by going to paddysbrain.com. Now, back over to here. So, like I was saying, the higher the BSR, the more sales that you're going to make. The lower the BSR, the less sales you're going to make. So, most people see a niche, or they're researching a niche, see that most of the books have a ranking of in between 300,000 and 500,000 and won't publish in that niche. Whereas I personally would. Well, it depends on a lot of factors, but I would publish a book in a niche which has a ranking or average ranking of under 500,000. Again, because once you have multiple books that are selling multiple times per month, that adds up to a lot of royalties. Now, let me show you some examples of this so you can get an idea. Now, this is Tangent Templates. This is the pricing calculator. We're just going to get an average for the books that we publish. So let's just do black let's do 100 page count, list price, let's say $6.99 because that's an average of most books. And now let's just calculate that, the profit. So right here we can see that you're going to get around $2.04 per book for each book, which is black, 100 pages, and is priced at $6.99. So let's just take that average of a $2 royalty. Now, if we go over to here, this is tckpublishing.com. This is a BSR to sales calculator. Now, this is just an estimate. These tools aren't spot on, but from my experience, this one is the most accurate because I've done a lot of testing looking at my own book sales and BSRs and all of that good stuff, and that's why I use this one. Anyway, let's take this because I really want you to understand that if you have 100 books which are all in micro niches, which have an average BSR of 500,000, those royalties are actually going to be an awful lot. So let's do this. Let's say 500,000. We want to do the book, so we go to here, and now we can calculate and estimate the sales of a book that has 500,000 BSR. So let's click calculate sales. Now right off the bat we can see it's roughly around 10 sales per month. Now again, this is an estimate. It might be a little bit lower, it might be a little bit higher. Everything changes all the time on Amazon, but again, this is just an average. So with one book that you have a ranking of 500,000, you can potentially be making 10 sales per month. Now let's pull up a calculator so we can calculate some stuff. Now you can see I've already done this before, but let's just go ahead and take that off the calculator. Now let's take 100 books. Let's say you have 100 books in all different micro niches, and these books, all these 100 books, are making 10 sales each per month. So let's take that, 100 times 10 equals 1,000 sales per month. Now 1,000 sales at an average of $2 royalties equals, I did that completely wrong, so let's just do that again. 1,000 sales times that $2 royalty equals $2,000. Now again, that's an average because remember the royalty is around $2.04. We just rounded this off, but again that's $2,000 from 100 books in micro niches that each make you 10 sales per month. So you can see that just by attacking micro niches and going after books that have a 500,000 ranking or below, you can actually make a hell of a lot of royalties, and most people don't even realize this. So when we look at my sales just here, again, I do have books that pop off and that have done extremely well, but I do make a lot of my sales around these micro niches, and I've been doing that for a very, very long time. Again, when you have 100 books making you 10 sales each per book per month, that's $2,000. Now, saying it like this sounds pretty easy, and to create 100 books in micro niches, especially for notebooks, is really easy as well. But to make those 100 sales from those books, you're going to need more than 100 books. That's the reality of it. So you could even do this with 1,000 books or 500 books. It all depends on your keywords, the pricing, the niches, and all of that good stuff. But this, I just wanted to share this with you so you can get a better understanding and get a different perspective on how I make sales. So most people, when they're doing research, they're trying to find niches that have BSRs like this. Now, if you're doing research, you will find niches with really great BSRs and all of that good stuff. But if you're constantly researching, you're also going to come across the niches which have BSRs like this, and the majority of people are going to leave them, and because they leave them, that makes more money for me, because I can easily go in, make some notebooks in micro niches and start making a few sales each and every month. Because remember, if you have that book which has a 500,000, 500,000 BSR, you could still be potentially making 10 sales per month. And then when you've got 10 books doing that, or 100 books, 1,000 books, all making sales in these different micro niches, those royalties are going to soon add up. So again, I just wanted to share that with you, because this is just a different perspective and a different way of looking at things. While everyone else is trying to find those amazing niches with really, really low BSRs, I'm out here finding micro niches that just could potentially make me a few sales here and there each and every month. And again, if we go back over to here, that's why I have over 4,000 books, because a lot of my books are in these micro niches. Now with me, I attack micro niches and macro niches. Macro niche just meaning a normal niche where there's a lot of people searching that. Example would be unicorns. Anything to do with unicorns is really big right now, kind of with sloths and pineapples. They're massive niches. So I do post in massive niches and in micro niches. I have a mixture of both, and it all comes down to just because I like creating books. I have fun creating my books, so I end up creating a lot. And again, they're in those micro niches, and those micro niches, once you're in enough of them, you can see those royalties soon add up. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, go hit subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you can be notified for any further videos. That being said, I've been Paddy, this has been StackinProfit, and I'll see you again soon.